please join me in giving a warm welcome to another very dear friend, Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst.
Thank you. Thank you. Victor, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. And thank you for being here to defend the most vulnerable in our society, unborn children. Dr. Poyman, thank you for everything you do. Your leadership with this group is just fantastic. Dr. Land, thank you for being here this evening. Senators, representatives, judges, it's a real pleasure to be here this evening with you. One of my heroes, and I'm sure one of your heroes, a number of years ago, the late President Ronald Reagan said, simple morality dictates that unless and until someone can prove that the unborn human is not alive, and we believe it is alive, we must give it the benefit of the doubt and assume that it is, and thus it should be entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know, when you look on the back of your program, Dr. Poyman, and it says a record of success, what has been achieved by this and other organizations, I want to talk a little bit about that and say thank you to all my colleagues in the Senate and my colleagues in the House that have worked so hard to get this program enacted in Texas. You know, I think the basis of American freedom is that every life has meaning and every life has promise. When I was inaugurated as Lieutenant Governor the first time in January 2003, I promised to pursue a pro-growth, pro-family agenda. And in this legislature over the last 7 years, I think, has passed more pro-family legislation than during any other comparable time period in Texas history. Just to go back, and each one of these was difficult, each one of these was important. We passed the Parental Notification Act that required that parents be informed if a minor was going to have an abortion. And then we followed up with the Parental Consent Act, which said that a minor couldn't have an abortion unless the parents consented. We passed the Woman's Right to Know Act with a 24-hour cooling off period, requiring doctors to provide valuable medical information, vital medical information, to women seeking abortions. And we passed Senate Bill 319, which made it a criminal offense to harm an unborn baby, the fetus. First time ever in Texas law. These fine representatives and senators came together, and we passed laws giving students in our public schools the right to pray and to reflect in their classes. And we passed the Defense of Marriage Act, saying that marriage can only be between one man and one woman. And then we followed that with the constitutional amendment, which you all ratified. But you know, at the end of the day, the dignity of the human life starts with the unborn. And I want to take a couple of seconds and say to Dr. Joe Poyman that the Texas Alliance for Life has been right there, front and center, in the battle to protect children. Every time I brought in activists, folks that care about unborn, Joe's been there. He's been a real leader. And interesting, I think the Texas Alliance for Life has been able to harness something, and I'm still learning, the power of mass media and online social media to save lives. And that was an interesting, I punched that just like everybody. I went ahead and put the number in, and sure enough, I saw rickperry.org. Sure enough. In the last two sessions, I've encouraged our senators, that's somewhere between made them do it, but I've encouraged our senators to increase funding for adult stem cell research taken from skin rather than from human embryos. And tonight I'm delighted to be here once again in the same area with the Davis family. You know, Joseph Jr., bless his heart, was cured of sickle cell anemia with the use of adult stem cells from his younger brother's umbilical cord. That's amazing, just amazing. Bless you, bless you. You know, I believe that together, in the legislature, as people, we can come together and accomplish things a lot bigger than we are. Together, we can make Texas the shining example to the nation as the most pro-family, pro-life, pro-value state in this entire country. You know, the culture of life doesn't start with pamphlets. It doesn't start with contraception or sex education. It starts with conscience. And Senator Dan Patrick, I appreciate you, and I understand Jeannie Morrison's going to be working in the House. That's great. Because last year we passed out a very, very good bill, and I'm looking forward, we'll pass it out again, work with the House to get a bill out that if a woman is going to have an abortion, that she be presented with that opportunity to see an ultrasound image in the heartbeat to hopefully encourage her to change her mind. With the continuing support of everybody in this room, we're going to get all of this done. And I want to make sure that we continue the funding of alternative to abortion providers. And we want to continue to give churches, pregnancy resource centers, and other private agencies more tools to promote a compassionate alternative to abortion. And when we get this all done, it'll get done in no small part because of every one of you all in this room. We're all part of a bigger army, but I appreciate so much every one of you all being here this evening and standing up for those little ones who have no other voice but you all. God bless. Thank you so much.